students, welcome back to class. Don't be a pain in the ass. Today we're going to be looking for a clue to figure out what the fuck is wrong with you.
Drink soy milk, oat milk, rice milk, almond milk. Don't steal milk from a cow. Be vegan, start right now. Follow that vegan teacher, she will show you how.
Why is it that when I showed this video, so many of you sent me comments that were showing that you actually had compassion in your hearts? What changed? I've cried before. I've shown you animal suffering before, extreme animal suffering, and yet you always mock me. So what's different this time? This is what I want to understand. If you haven't yet seen this video, I urge you to go ahead and watch it so you'll understand what we're talking about. Essentially, there is a ram here in the middle, and he is being auctioned off. He has been paraded around. There are 3 men standing there. They all have whips in their hands, and they keep poking him and smacking him. And he is there surrounded by hundreds of people who don't say anything on his behalf. Nobody speaks out to defend him. When I saw this, I started to cry. And of course, many of you know, I cry often when I see animals suffering. I break down so much that there are literal tears all over my computer keyboard. So let's start with you, Carla. You wrote, "As a non-vegan, I think this is absolutely cruel, and I love animals so much, but I never thought I would agree with this person." And by this person, you mean me, Miss KADIE, that vegan teacher. So Carla, what is different about this suffering versus all of the other animals who suffer, including the ones who are in your stomach right now? Why are you not feeling bad for them? Why are you not vegan yet? I'm vegan because I give a shit. And you? The Holocaust was evil and wrong. Individuals were separated from families. They were treated like objects. They were numbered and placed behind bars despite having committed no crimes. They were enslaved, tortured, and murdered. If you agree that doing this to anyone is wrong, then why do you pay to let it continue? For our animal friends, the Holocaust never ended. Billions suffer on factory farms each minute, hoping you will become vegan and save them. What are you waiting for? Here's another comment. This person saw the video of the animal suffering and writes, "This is wrong. I don't like that vegan teacher at all, but this is just sad." So what I want to know is, what the fuck do I have to do with any of this? Whether you like me, whether you love me, whether you hate me, has nothing to do with the animal suffering. There's no need to mention that you love me or that you hate me. Simply talk about the animal in question. The video was about an animal, a ram, who suffered for his entire life under the hands of humans, who raised him for one reason only. They created him for one reason only. They sexually assaulted his parents and forced him to be born just so they could auction him off and cut his body into hundreds of pieces and devour them. So what I want to know is, why the fuck aren't you vegan yet? What's taking you so long? You know that animal suffering is wrong. So be vegan from now on.
Stop breeding animals just to eat them. Stop creating them just to be cruel. Stop breeding animals, don't fucking touch them. Stop being an asshole, that's the golden rule. There's no excuse for animal use. An animal is not a commodity. Not a chicken, not a cow, not a pig, not a goose. Where the hell is your empathy? Be a decent human being. Stop being so fucking mean. Stop eating meat, dairy or eggs. If you're hungry, grab a fork and eat your own legs. Stop breeding animals just to eat them. Stop creating them just to be cruel. Stop breeding animals, don't fucking touch them. Stop being an asshole, that's the golden rule. No, the chickens, pigs and cows won't overpopulate if we don't breed them in the first place. Vegans protect the animals and the planet. The only overpopulation is the human race. Follow that vegan teacher on YouTube.
Next, we have a comment by somebody who calls themselves Haunted. This person writes, "She's actually right for once. This is ridiculously cruel." What I don't understand is, why are you saying that I'm right for once? How many of my videos have you seen? Out of the 1,500, and if we include TikTok, I can't even count. 3,000, 5,000, I don't know. An incredible amount of videos I've made talking about the animals, how we need to stop eating, wearing, and using them. We need to stop exploiting them. So are you saying that when I talked about us not going into the oceans and not taking out the whales, that you thought I was wrong about? Did you think I was wrong when I said that we shouldn't be grinding up baby boy chicks at 1 day of age because they are considered to be useless in the industry and they'll never be able to lay eggs? Is that also what you were talking about? The cruelty in the video that we're talking about was horrible. But how is it any different? What triggered this time? What made you people show some empathy? This is what I'm trying to understand. Because if something is working, I need to know what it is. I need to figure out how to go that next step and convince you that you need to be vegan and you need to be an animal rights activist helping me on this channel. Writing in the comment section that you know that I'm right, that you know that I have empathy, and that you too have empathy, and that we need to protect the animals. I'm vegan because I give a shit. And you? Here's another one. Okay, usually I wouldn't agree with what you say, but this is honestly sad. Why, Lila? Why was this animal's suffering sad, but you don't feel bad about drinking cow's milk, where you pay people to do the same thing, to sexually assault a bull, to steal his sperm, to insert it into a female who is tied down and who does not consent to be pregnant, to stealing her milk, to stealing her baby, kidnapping him, slitting his throat, and giving his milk to a store where your mom can buy it. What's going on? What is different right now? Or if you are yourself a mother where you buy it, or if you're a grandmother and you are buying it, or whoever you are, what's the difference? It's all a cycle of violence. Why aren't you vegan yet? I'm vegan because I give a shit. And you? Here's another one. Clayson writes, "On this one, I'm on your side." Really, Clayson? Just on this video? Just on this bit of violence? Have you seen the documentary that I keep repeating that you should all watch? It's only 7 minutes long. Have you been too lazy to educate yourself? Have you been too worried, too scared to know the truth? Everyone should be educated before they even write any comments in my comment section. You must watch this documentary. It's only 7 minutes long. It's only the tip of the iceberg. It's only an introduction to show you why I am here. I'm vegan because I give a shit. And you? Here's another hypocrite. I can agree, coming from a non-vegan. Poor sheep. So you pay people to do this exact same thing to chickens, the chickens that are on your plate, several times a week, or any other animals, but you feel sorry for this one poor sheep. Why? How does this make any sense? Why aren't you vegan yet? I'm vegan because I give a shit. And you? Although Juniper misunderstood the video a bit, it wasn't about rams fighting. The point is well taken, that she felt empathy. But why just this time, Juniper?
Look in the mirror and sing this song. Sing, I will be brave, I'll be vegan from now on. Look in your heart and sing this song. Sing, I will be brave, I'll be vegan from now on. Eat only healthy vegan things. Never eat anyone's arms, legs, or wings. Don't eat anyone who had ears or eyes. Make sure when you eat that nobody cries. Break old habits you had for years. Save animals from so much terror and tears. Train yourself to always be in the mood to only buy healthy vegan food. Sing this song and declare it. I'll be vegan from now on. Declare it. Put your hand on your heart and sing it loudly. Today is the day I will start. I'll be vegan from now on.
And then Olivia, who writes, even as a non-vegan, I agree. If you can agree that the animal suffering you saw was wrong, then you absolutely are on the right track to becoming vegan. You must educate yourself first. Depending on your age, look up information. Judging by the way that you are typing here, I'm going to guess that you're just a child. So I encourage you to go to PETAkids.com, where you will learn everything in an age-appropriate manner. And if you are a parent or a teenager or anyone else who also wants to learn but is really too scared to see too many scary images, go there too. I went there before I was vegan, PETAkids.com. They have all kinds of stuff there. They've got free coloring book things, and they've got articles for parents, the best dairy-free mac and cheese recipe. They even have free stickers. I have those. And there are comic books that you can read there. Be curious, guys. Go and educate yourselves, because it shouldn't just be one of my videos that upsets you and makes you think about compassion for the animals. It should be all of them. Here's a comment by someone that says, that's cruel. So at least this person understood how cruel it was to hurt one animal. But what are you doing for the rest of your day today? Are you contributing to it? I'm vegan because I give a shit. And you? Gael writes, wow, that's a really sad, poor little woolly guy. And yes, Gael, you're right. But what about you? Are you vegan yet? If not, what's taking you so long? I'm vegan because I give a shit. And you? This person writes, may God teach them a lesson. This is sickening. And yet the person writes, stop animal testing. Does that mean that you are for all of the other types of abuse? Just against testing on animals? I hope not. I hope that you are also an ethical vegan and that you don't eat or wear animals as well. Someone writes, this is really sad. And it's great that you notice that. But what about you? Who are you going to eat today? I'm vegan because I give a shit. And you? I'm vegan because I give a shit. And you? I'm so glad that you feel compassion for the animals. Now carry it through. Help me on this channel. Be vegan today. Okay? When it's time to choose, you know the right way. So many of you commented. I could go over thousands of them. But here's one that I want to end with today. This is the one that made me cry happy tears. So thank you for this. I'm so happy it's your Vegan Declaration Day. I'm so proud of you. Let me know when you're ready to start educating others on my channel, and I'll make you a moderator. Thank you so much. I'll see you all in the next video.
Let's follow that vegan teacher on YouTube right now. Let's